Hello everyone, welcome to the UCAS session, everything you need to know. This is going to take you through how to develop an understanding of the UCAS process and how to begin to research your options. We're going to also have a look at helping you to think about the things to consider when applying to UCAS. We're also going to answer questions that are the frequently asked questions that we get every year around application to UCAS, and thereby enabling you to begin completing your application. So what is UCAS? I have a few people ask this. UCAS stands for Universities and Colleges Admission Service. It's the centre for all universities and higher education applications. It's based in Cheltenham in Gloucestershire, and basically you complete your UCAS application, they look after everything and they just move it further forward so that you get your offers. So they deal with everything to do with higher education. So some words that you're going to hear a lot of whilst you're dealing and completing your UCAS application. We've mentioned UCAS, words such as personal statements, references, tariff points, buzzwords, course codes, etc. So there are many things that you need to understand to be able to get this right. So that is what we hope to be covering today so that your application is sent off correctly. Okay, so let's get started. What you will find is, first of all, you have to register for UCAS. This has to be done by registering on Apply 2021 by going to ucas.com and clicking on Students under Sign In. Then you're ready to register, and before you actually get started, what you need to do is you need to go to Apply 2021, Students sign in, go to undergraduates, and then you need to complete the registration. So you need to start by registering your initial details, which are birth date and first and second name, and then they're asking you for security questions. So there are 4 security questions they will ask you to answer. Just make sure they're questions that you can again answer at a later stage if you end up ringing UCAS, which you could easily do so. So you need to be answering questions that you will remember the answers in about 3 to 5 months' time. Okay, so completing your registration, once you have done what we've looked at, you complete your registration by receiving a username. The username is unique to you, so take a screenshot, make sure you write it down, keep it in a safe place so that you know it's there and you can go back to it at any time, because you will use it all the time that you are working alongside UCAS to apply to university. The second section that you need to complete as far as registration is concerned is linking your application to Lowestoft Sixth Form College. So you are then faced with the screen that's asking you, how are you applying? And you need to click on the first answer, which is that you are applying through your school or college. On the next step, on the next page, once you've answered this, they will ask you for your college buzzword, which is 6-21. What this does, alongside asking you for the name of your SAM, or if you're in the gifted and talented group, is once you've given this, plus the college buzzword, your application is linked to our college, to the person that's dealing with your application, and we will be able to support you throughout the whole of the UCAS process. Okay, so you've done the important bits, you've now registered, and what will happen is that you are given a personal ID. Your personal ID has to be kept in a safe place. So again, screenshot it, because without this, you have not got access to your information on UCAS. Make sure you know where it is, because it is very much your own ID and it cannot be given to you again. Okay, so UCAS send you a verification email, and what you do is that you accept that and you're in and you're ready to complete your application. In order to complete your application, you will see that there are 6 stages that you need to go through. What I find is actually UCAS have got some really good how-to guides that you need to go to. So if you're going to watch anything around UCAS, please go to their video on how to complete your UCAS application 2021. It's called Further Details, and it's a fabulous way to get your head around this. But let's have a look at what it covers first of all. So I'm going to leave you to watch the video at another time, but the key sections that you need to complete to ensure that your application is perfect and can be sent off, you have 5 sections that need to be completed before your application is reviewed by your SAM, the reference is attached, and then it's sent off. The first section's personal details, which is your biographical information, name, address, email, etc. They will ask for something called a ULN. That is your unique learner number. And this can be found on your college email, on your college details. So have a look. If you get stuck, let your SAM know. Your choices are the choices of university courses that you are applying to. There are up to 5, and this is something you complete at a later stage. But we want you to put in the more, the everyday information first, coming back to choices and personal statement later. So the next stage is education. This is where you give your high school name and your college name, and then also provide details of the courses that you've studied and the results you've got, and the courses that you're about to study or about to complete at the end of your second year at college. And you will say that you will be given a predicted grade through your teacher for those. On the education section, they do ask for your BTEC registration number. This is something that you can get from your teacher or your SAM. Employment is straightforward. Where have you worked? Who is the person you work for? Just carry on putting in those details. Personal statement, we will spend a lot of time on making sure that this is right. So for now, just be aware that it is there, because you will put that in at the very end before you actually apply. Then once everything is there, you can view all details. You can do this with your SAM, you can do this with brother or sister or family member. Make sure it is correct, no spelling mistakes, and then you are ready to pay and send. If you watch the video I mentioned, that takes you through that. And once your application is complete, bearing in mind that you need to know how much you're paying, with pay and send for one application to only one university, £20 this year. For more than one university choice, so if you're putting in 2 to 5 choices of courses, it's £26 this year. Once you've put all this information in, then your application is sent off. Please watch the video I've mentioned to see how it all works. So a few tricky bits to be aware of with respect to choices. When completing the choices section, make sure you've added the correct university and the correct course code, because there are many to choose from. Even obvious courses like history can have one or more course choice course codes, so make sure you get it right. Also, what you will find is that the course codes can be found in different parts of UCAS. So you can find it whilst you're applying, but you can find it on the course search section of UCAS, and it looks slightly differently. So just make a point of knowing what the course is and where it's going to be running at, so you get it correct. Okay, so personal statement. This is the bit that people do worry about the most. We find that students worry because it is a challenge, maybe because they don't like writing about themselves. This is the point in time where you really have to sell yourself, the reason why you are wanting to study this course, what your capabilities are, what have you been reading that proves your interest, what work experience have you done that's relevant. It's the time to show off and really show in a focused and strong manner that you know exactly why you are applying for the course that you've chosen or the courses that you've chosen. So personal statement is up to 4,000 characters in length or 47 lines. If you go over this, then the UCAS application, when you complete your personal statement in Word and then drop it into your UCAS application, it will actually chop off any words that go beyond the 4,000 characters. So it has to be correct. It usually looks like one side of A4 and one paragraph, but we can help you with getting this right. You can talk to teachers, talk to friends, talk to family, brothers and sisters, to make sure that it looks brilliantly well. There's loads of help, and there's lots of do's and don'ts when it comes to personal statements. We will be also running a tutorial next week to cover this, so that you are working on this at length and making it really strong, so that by September, end of September, you know where you're applying, what the courses are, and your personal statement is fit for purpose and ready to be used. So one more thing to look at, tariff points. All courses, higher education courses, have UCAS tariff points allotted to them. What this means is that not every course in the UK expects you to have the same number of tariff points. So you will be studying A-levels or working on your BTECs. Depending on the grade you get, you will get a particular grade that your teachers are probably able to give you a prediction of what they think you're going to get in September. Have a word with your teachers, see what they're predicting, because then what you do is you go to UCAS, you look up tariff points, and you check what an A-star is equated to on UCAS tariff points, or what distinction stars equated to on UCAS tariff points. And then you can start making a decision about which universities to apply to. So some universities, very competitive, will ask for higher tariff points. What you need to do is, when you're choosing your 5 unis, make sure that maybe have 1 or 2 that are at the top end of your predictions that your teachers have given you. Maybe a couple are very comfortable and in the middle of the predictions that your teachers have given you, and 1 that is the lower offer choice, so that if things don't go to plan, you know that there is somewhere that you like that you would look at. Okay, so what happens next? As far as we are concerned, once you've put everything together and we're ready to almost send it away, we need to attach your reference to your application. So your reference is added to your application by your SAM. You need to have a meeting with your SAM when you're ready for your application to go, because you've done all the bits we've looked at. References are written by your subject teachers. They're doing them now. So when you get back to college, ask your teachers, about how they think you're going to do, so that you could email them to find out what courses you could be looking at. Ask also, if you think it hasn't gone to your SAM yet, whether the references have gone to your SAM, because we need to make sure references are correct, predicted grades that your teachers have agreed are included, and then what we can do is send off your application. With respect to predicted grades, again, obviously they're agreed by your teachers. Talk to your teachers about progress and about how you're doing, what final grade you think they think you might achieve, so you get this right. Right, so application deadlines. In order to make sure that you apply at the right time, there are 3 deadlines to be aware of. 15th of October is the national deadline for anyone applying to Oxford, Cambridge, medicine, dentistry or veterinary science. We would like anyone applying to those courses to have their application in by at least the 8th or the 10th of October to make sure that we get your application into UCAS on the 15th. The college has an internal deadline of the 13th of November. This is because we want to make sure that all our students have applied by that date, and by Christmas you will have 3 to 5 offers, which means you can concentrate on your work and get the good results that you need to get onto your chosen college courses, university courses. So the final national UCAS deadline date is actually the 15th of January. And this is set for everyone in the UK, but we want your application in November on the 13th. This is the date that we really need absolutely everything in by. We're not actually working to that date. We're working to the 13th of November, guys. So make sure that by Christmas we've got you offers. But the 15th of January is the national date that UCAS set. Okay, so guys, you're ready to get started. You're now in a position where you can start completing your UCAS 2021 application. Begin the application. Please ask for help from your SAMs or your teachers whenever you need it. Don't leave it. Make sure that although you've got a few months to work on this, you are getting it right, because at the end of the day, it will mean getting some great offers to universities. Okay, thank you guys.